Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So today we will present about our innovation. So our innovation is game-based learning. So what is game-based learning? Game-based learning is a learning method that uses games as a tool to teach material by combining the fun of playing games with the learning process. And this method is expected to improve student motivation and learning outcomes. So what is the root problem? The first is matching games with learning. It is hard to make games that are both fun and educational. So often games are either too simple and boring or too complex and confusing. Number two is desiring success. It is difficult to figure out how well students are learning from games because traditional tests don't always work for this. Number three is teacher readiness. So many teachers are not trained to use games for teaching, so they may not know how to do it effectively. And then number four is staying focused. Games are fun, but sometimes students might get to focus on playing and not enough on learning. And then the last is cost and resources. So to making educational games is expensive and takes a lot of time, and school might not have the money or resources to get this game. And then the root problem effect. The first is game design complexity. The difficulty in creating a balance between simplicity and complexity in games. The games can either be boring and simple or complex and confusing. So the students are misinterpret or unable to follow along. Number two is learning evaluation effectiveness. Traditional methods of assessing learning are not suitable for educational games. It is difficult to measure how well students learn from games, which can result in a significant lack of reliable data to evaluate educational effectiveness. Number three is teaching skills and training. Teachers may not know how to effectively integrate games into the curriculum due to lack of training for teachers in using games as a teaching tool. And then number four is focus on learning versus on fun. Students may focus more on the entertainment aspect of the game than on the learning objective, which reduces the effectiveness of the game as an educational tool. And then number five is the cost and resources for game development. So school may not have enough budget or resources to develop or cases with educational games, limiting access to this potential learning tool. And then the next will be presented by Zizi.
Okay, the next point is the impact of innovation. The first is increase students' engagement and motivation. Apart from increasing active participation in learning and making the learning process more fun, design educational games can also make students more motivated to learn. And number two is learning gap reduction. Well-designed educational games can be custom for different ability levels of students, helping to reduce gaps in learning. This can ensure that all students, including those with lower abilities, get the opportunity to learn in an effective way. Improve collaborations and social skills. Many educational games encourage collaborations and teamwork, which can help students develop social skills and cooperations. Number four is encouraging creativity and problem solving. Games that challenge students to think creatively and solve problems can improve their critical thinking abilities. And now I'm talking about risks that may arise. The first is distraction and over-engagement. Students may become too focused on the game aspect rather than the learning objectives. And then content appropriateness. Not all games are suitable for educational purpose, and some may contain inappropriate content or misleading. Number three is equity and accessibility. Access to the necessary technology, computer, internet, game consoles can be a barrier for some students, potentially widening the digital divide. And number four is motivation and engagement disabilities. Not all students may be equally motivated by game-based learning. Some may prefer traditional learning methods. So that's all.
ini kita lagi sehari. The last schedule. Jadi jadwal yang teratur ya, yang udah pasti gitu. The class starts at 7. In the morning. Jadi ini udah jadwal yang jelas gitu ya. Buat terlibat di sekolah itu seluruh tes, ujian. Gimana sih kita membuat sebuah presentasi dalam sehari-hari? Nah ini polanya tuh subjek, verb, ada yang ditambah S atau S, lalu objek or complement. Nah ini tuh contohnya kan kalau baby Ayu itu without S and ES, dan di Shein itu ada S atau ES. Contohnya I play badminton, we play badminton, then he plays badminton. This means that he plays more, but because he, so there is S. Ada tambahan S-nya. Dan perhatikan. Good, smart. Nah, ini adalah tadi kan kalau Dewi Ayu pakai kalau Dewi pakai S atau ES. Contohnya she cleans her room, she washes her clothes, it eats fish, we plays football. Ya. Jika ini tambahnya S, tambahnya ES. Nah, ini kalau yang ini juga she watches, ini ada tambahnya kan ES ya, bukan S ya. Oh juga dulu. Ini contoh yang ini contoh yang ini intinya contoh yang pakai ES ya. Kalau yang ini kan cuma pakai S ya. Ini juga pakai S doang. Ini juga pakai S aja. Ini yang lain pakai S. Just she works. Nah, kalau yang pertama tadi itu kan pola yang positif. Nah, sekarang yang negatif. I do not eat fish. Nah, kalau yang tadi Dewi Ayu kan nggak pakai tambahan S atau S. Jadi mereka pakainya don't. Terus kalau di sini tadi kan ada tambahan S atau IS di verbnya. Nah, dia pakai doesn't. I like eat fish. He doesn't eat fish. Bisa baca ulang bareng dari sini. Mulai I learn. Wake up at 6 in the morning.
Wake up at 6 in the morning.
You always don't do your homework by yourself.
You always don't do your homework by yourself.
Yang pakai oh, yang doesn't. He doesn't go to school every Sunday.
He doesn't go to school every Sunday.
Ini apa? Karena minggu dia pakai doesn't. Oke, jelas ya interrogative form. Ini untuk kalimat tanya. Kalimat tanya tuh pakai dua adjectivesnya tuh di depan dulu. Kalau yang dulu tadi buat apa aja? Good, and then the does? Jadi contohnya, do you like spicy food? No, ada yang nggak suka spicy food? Terus ini does you like spicy food? Lihatnya ada tanda tanya ya. Paham kan? Ini contohnya, does she have a brother?
sini kalau jelas jadi yes she does. Or kalau no, no she doesn't. Materinya sudah selesai. Jadi sekarang Miss mau menguji kepahaman teman-teman pakai game, tapi gamenya sama Miss Ike. Nah di sini kita akan memakai jelajah pengetahuan. Papan jelajah pengetahuan untuk menguji kemampuan kalian apakah sudah paham atau belum dari materi yang disampaikan oleh Miss Eka. Nah cara mainnya ini seperti ulang tangga ya. Tahu permainan ulang tangga? Tahu. Nah di sini juga sudah menyediakan dadu. Nah nanti kalian lempar, nanti kalian dapat berapa? Nah nanti di sini ada soal-soal rahasia yang harus kalian jawab. Nah, mari kita mulai. Ada yang mau jadi orang pertama untuk mencoba permainan ini? Urut saja. Mulai dari Ira. Ayo Ira, maju dulu. Dilempar ya. Jadi betul jangan dibaca soalnya. Buatlah kalimat negatif dengan pola simple present tense untuk strategi. Tapi apa yang harus
He doesn't go to school.
Apakah jawaban Ira benar? Dan selanjutnya, buatlah kalimat simple present tense untuk subjek A. I go to school every day. Oh no, Sunday. Apakah jawaban saya sudah benar?
Ya.
Terima kasih giliran Delia. Maaf ya, meskipun iya, jawaban Adelia benar?
Ya.
Dan selanjutnya dan cukup ya. Apakah Anda derajat nyata? Nah, kalau seperti itu bisa ditutup belajar kali ini bisa bermanfaat dan terima kasih warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.